I'm not gonna, as I say, I'm landing the plane right now, and, I've been willing to discuss my letters and the process going forward, but, the report's gonna be out next week, and I'm just not gonna get into the details of the process until the plane's on the ground.
Dilbert. You guys know I love Dilbert. You saw the last episode, we called it Rant. I was really, what's that, producer? Are you saying that the New York Times doesn't have a comic section? I'm only pretending to read Dilbert? This is simply a prop? Oh man, busted. Sorry. But that's a good way to start this. Let's bust somebody, all right? Let's bring something to light that needs to be revealed. Remember the last episode called Rant, and I was pissed off about Willian Barr's analysis of the Mueller report, where he said, and he came out as a PR guy, and Willian Barr being the Attorney General of the United States, right? The chief law enforcement agent of the country, Willian Barr, the Attorney General. He came out, and I got pissed off when he said that Donald Trump is fully exonerated. He said, I've read the Mueller report, and I can tell you after reading the Mueller report that it fully exonerates the president. Okay, I was pissed. How can, just what we know in the news, we know that you can't exonerate this guy. We know he's been up to no good. We know he's a manifestation of evil. All right, but I got mad. So I did a little research into who this guy is. Because on Thursday, or was it Friday, when he did another PR hit, he still hasn't released the Mueller report. We haven't been allowed to see it. He's been working out his lines so that Donald Trump can mirror them and that he's fully exonerated. Willian Barr, Attorney General, came out and said Donald Trump is exonerated. There's no evidence here. Time to move on. Toto, leave the curtain alone. That's what he did. That's what he said. And I was pissed off, but I said, there's gotta be something here. So I did a little bit of research. I wasn't reading Dilbert. And here's what I found out. And you can verify this with a simple Google search. That Willian Barr, not the Attorney General yet, but he was up the ladder and therefore testifying before Congress in 1989. And at that time, there was a memo that he said was circulated in the DOJ about how the FBI and why they'd be justified in going to a country like Panama and snaring and yanking the president out. Noriega, remember that way back when? He said that that memorandum justifies getting Noriega. And when congressional leaders said, give us the memo, he said, no, I'm not going to give you the memo, but just trust me. Just trust me. Because I'm a DOJ American true blue guy. Well, 2 years later, the memo came out, and it turned out that he was fucking lying. He was just lying to Congress. The memo didn't say anything of the sort. And yes, we snatched Noriega, created a big international stir. But the point being, Willian Barr is comfortable lying to Congress. Now, lying to Congress is a felony. It's a felony. I'm sure in our country, in our great country, where we put justice, truth, and the American way ahead of everything else, this felon should have gone to jail, right? We should be asking ourselves, how much time did he do? Well, you know how much time he did? They promoted him. He went from DOJ mid-level executive, they promoted him to Attorney General. They rewarded him for lying to Congress. And then, like he was going to change his stripes? No. In 1993, he did it again. But this time, he moved to pardon, worked with Ronald Reagan and George Bush to pardon all the people who participated, all the scoundrels from the Iran-Contra affair. That was him. That was Attorney General, trying to hide the facts from the American people. Wow. Please, America, we're not supposed to let these people run free. We're not supposed to reward them for felonious conduct, for lying to the American people on our tax dollars. That's not what we do. And if we continue to do it, and if we continue to just... What's the word? Producer, what's the word? What am I looking for? If we are so placid, so accepting of corruption, then we're complicit in the act. Now, today, last episode that we called Rant, I was yelling and fussing because Willian Barr, there's that name again, said he read the Mueller report and President Trump is totally exonerated. And that's what led. And for a week, Donald Trump and his cronies could get out there and plaster that on Fox News and make everything happen. And then, this last, I believe it was Thursday, he came out again with another, hey, I'm about to release the report, and I've redacted a lot of everything. In other words, echoes from the past, 1989. You can't see it all, but I'm going to share what I want to share with you, and Donald Trump is exonerated. That was in the morning. By the afternoon, people started to actually read the report. It says Donald Trump is not exonerated. He fucking lied to us. He lied to not just to the camera, he lied to the people behind the camera, and that is you, me, everyone. He did it when the Mueller report was submitted, and he did it when it was about ready to be released. The guy from 1989, 91, and 1993, doing the same thing over and over again. But here's the thing. I want to tell you a little anecdote. One of our previous guests, and I don't want to mention his name, but he happens to be a dentist. I saw him that Thursday night, and he came running up to me, gloating. Hey, the Mueller report's out, and it exonerates Donald Trump. Sorry, sweetie. Oh, man, what a shame. I know you had such high hopes for it. You wanted it, yeah, but hey, guess we'll have to figure everything out at the election booth. And by the way, this guy's from Ohio, one of the states that voted for Trump in double digits. Just to put that in perspective, one of the complicit members of our society. He had not read the report. He did not see any objective news reporting on it where they read from the Mueller report. What he heard was what Sean Hannity told him to think, what Fox News told him to think. And he doesn't keep it to himself. He blares it out. He broadcasts it in a bar so that everybody knows his opinion that Donald Trump is innocent. And I guarantee you, here in Ohio, everybody loved to hear that. And so everybody here is as bad as the people in Alabama, the 49% who tried to elect a child molesting pedophile. Yes, that wasn't too long ago, man. That was what, 2 years ago? 49% went for the pedophile. Now, there's a good chance that another electoral win will put Donald Trump in office for another 4 years. We're about to elect a criminal, because the Mueller report clearly states the criminal acts that he's done, did not exonerate him. In fact, mentioned 11 counts of obstruction. If you or I did one act of obstruction, that's hard for you to say, we'd be in jail. Donald Trump does 11. 11. Any ramifications? No. That's the society we live in. Remember the theme of this web series? It's how and why civilizations fail. It fails because the population in a democracy allows it to fail. Because we sit by and allow 49% of the population to vote for a pedophile. Allows 49% of the population to vote for a criminal, a Russian crony. It's on us. We can't blame Trump. It's on us. We're to blame if we allow this to continue. And hopefully, history, future people, historians will remember that it wasn't Donald Trump who brought the United States down. It was us.
Children, watch that sound. Everybody look what's going down.
My question is, in reaching your conclusion, did you personally review all of the underlying evidence?
Battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong.
Accepted statements in the report.
Young people speak in their minds.
Did not go underneath it to see whether or not they were accurate. We accepted it as accurate. And made our-
So you accepted the report as the evidence?
Yes.
You did not question or look at the underlying evidence that supports the conclusions in the report?
No.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da-da.
All right. This episode has taken forever to finish, to complete, to get out there. Not because we've been dilly-dallying or neglecting our post on that wall. It's because the corruption has been so rampant, so consistent, so ongoing that we can't keep up with it. Willian Barr has, on a weekly basis, lied to the public, lied to Congress, and we just can't keep up with it. We shot this, and then Barr pulled some stunt, then we reshot it, then we did what you've just seen. This is brand new. This is as of May 5th, and God knows what's going to happen on May 6th. Who knows? It's just ongoing, but I just wanted to share with you what we didn't know until just this last week. And that is that Barr has been telling one story. We did know Barr is telling one story and the Mueller report said another. But what we didn't know was that Bob Mueller sent a letter back on March 27th to Willian Barr stating that he is misleading Congress. In his letter dated March 27th, he says, I previously sent you a letter on March 25th, and that enclosed the introduction, executive summary for each volume of the special counsel report with redactions to remove any such thing, blah, blah, blah. And that these summaries are available and should be made available to Congress and the public. And he asked them in the letter, accordingly, the enclosed documents are in a form that can be released to the public, consistent with legal requirements of department policies, blah, blah, blah. And he's been saying this for a while because he says in his letter, as we stated in our meeting of March 5th and reiterated to the department early in the afternoon on March 24th, the introductions and executive summaries of our 2-volume report accurately summarize this office's work and conclusions. In other words, Mueller is saying, you're not accurately summarizing our conclusions. And finally, he goes, there is now public confusion about critical aspects of the results of our investigation. This threatens to undermine a central purpose for which the department appointed the special counsel, to assure full public confidence in the outcome of the investigations. That's Bob Mueller's intent. Willian Barr's, his intent is something completely different. His intent is to obfuscate the facts. His is to inhibit the pursuit of justice, obstruct justice, and even perjure himself before Congress. Now, what motivates him? Just like we said in the beginning of this episode, he's rewarded for this conduct. He's rewarded for corruption. And if we, as Americans, consider this standard operating, if we as Americans allow this to happen and become a part of the weather, a part of the air we breathe, that corruption is an everyday occurrence in our government, that happens openly, flagrantly, and we allow it to happen, then it isn't on William Barr. It's not on Donald Trump. It's on us. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We've made over 20 episodes so far, and it's been selected and recognized by a number of film festivals. We even outright won 2 Best Web Series awards. More importantly, we hope you are enjoying all the shows we put out there, because now we're asking for your support. We've just launched a Patreon campaign to make it easy for you to donate to the cause so that we can keep the lights on. You can find our page at patreon.com/WWV. That's Patreon, patreon.com/WWV. And for as little as $3 a month, you can receive a special monthly broadcast with our behind-the-scenes bloopers and outtakes, as well as the special collaborative moments when the message of the episodes really start to come together. Of course, you can up the ante, get more swag and screen credits, so that we can keep delivering to you award-winning content. Thanks,